Hey everybody, Rockin Robbie here. Sorry for the delay. Things have changed and it took me a while to figure out the new settings on stuff. Anyway, I want to invite you to the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo in April of 2020. There you can meet the PCP crew. That's right, all of us will be there. We'll have a panel, lots of exciting stuff, and of course, it's always fun. And we'll have Liana Kangas with us there this year and Brooks the Magnificent. As well, the stream will be starting soon, albeit late, but better late than never. We'll be right in. Hey, everybody, welcome to Rockin Robbie Live. Finally, better late than never, as I always say. YouTube's got a whole new thing now. They got this new, I don't know, the old way to do things is no longer the current way, and that was hella frustrating. Anyway, thank you all for your patience. Thank you for being here. Let's get the conversation in. Let's start talking about stuff. We'll be taking a look at this upcoming week's new comics. I'll be taking a look at your comments. Your comments drive the show, so get them in right now. Ask questions. Throw comments and concerns out there if you have any, and we'll get right to it. Well, thank you for being here at the beginning, Bueller. I appreciate you being here basically to moderate the half hour that it took me to get this thing going. You don't expect things to change, and then things do, and then you have to relearn something real quick. And man, that pissed me off. That was pretty fucking frustrating. Anyway, but now we're here. So everybody, if you haven't checked out Comics with Bueller, it's a great YouTube channel. You definitely need to check it out. We'll be talking a little bit tonight about our favorite publishers of the year. We'll get to that. But first thing I want to ask you, what was your favorite comic book of last week? Me, 20XX number one. I absolutely loved it. What was your favorite comic book of last week? You're right, Adam. All hail our YouTube overlords and their ever-changing guidelines. Yeah, that was really frustrating. I'm glad you guys are all still here. Hit that thumbs up button. I want to say thanks to all of our Patreon supporters. We got some exciting things happening in Patreon starting in 2020, so you might want to jump in there because we got some excitement brewing over there. So what's up, Taffer, Joe, SMA, Thunder, of course, Comics with Bueller, S Squared. I saw Reggie in here earlier. Joe, Atari, C3, tons of stuff. Joe says, pick of the week was 20XX as well. Roger says, The Shape of Elvira. What was your favorite comic book of last week? That's what we're talking about right now. Ugh. S Squared with the list. 20XX1, Justice League 37, Green Lantern Black Stars 2, Strange Skies over East Berlin 3, Deathstroke 50, and Dead Eyes 3. As a bonus because it's good and it's back. That's right. First original issue we've had since it's returned as Dead Eyes. Comic Corp says book of the week was Batman 84. It's hero time, 1, 2, 3, 4. Love to hear your thoughts on Something That's Killing the Children, 20XX, and Resonant. I love all three of those books. I think they're excellent. I think they've been really solid. Of course, 20XX only has one issue in so far. Resonant has completed its first arc. And Something Is Killing the Children has a new issue out this week. But I've been loving those ones. C3 says TMNT Power Rangers. Wasn't that fun? Anybody check out me and Jim Mint and Matt from The Boy with 7 geeking out over that in front of Bueller last night? No, it's not vodka, it's water. I hate vodka, and there's no way I'd be able to drink a glass worth of any kind of liquor, to be honest. Roger says he enjoyed Kill Whitey Donovan. Adam says plot number 3. That's a great issue. Didn't come out last week, but that was a fantastic issue. It was my pick of the week before, or whenever it came out. Reggie, the man. Midnight Vista, TMNT Power Rangers 20XX, and X-Men number 3. Oh, yeah, the Golden Girls versus the X-Men. We really like that one. I love that one. Herminio, what's up, buddy? A Batman 84, pretty good. Yeah, I thought it was a really solid issue. Tom King's penultimate issue of the solo Batman run. I have had a chance, the esteemed pleasure, one could say, of reading Batman 86, which is James Tynion's very first, full issue of Batman. I turned it up a little bit. Was that cool? Can everybody hear me? Is there anybody having a problem with the volume being low or anything like that? If that's ever the case, let me know, because I don't know unless you tell me. Social Commentary likes Batman number 84. It was good. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I know it's a divisive issue. I mean, it's a divisive run, and I understand why. Mark the Cuddy Sark. Cuddy Sark? I don't get that. Okay, Mark says The Butcher of Paris. Had to work last night, but I caught it in the rewind, and that was funny with Bueller. Yeah, it was. One God Tank. Hey, Robbie and Comic Fam. Yeah. Pick of the week is Die number 10. I'm way behind on Die. In fact, I've only read like the first 2 issues, so I need to get into that. Comic Corps. I'm excited for the writer change. It should be refreshing. Yeah, the first issue's pretty solid. It's got Tony Daniel on the artwork. The artwork's pretty solid. So I enjoyed the first issue. It didn't hit as big as like the start of a run could. I'll say that. But it was pretty interesting. And it's got a nice gist to it. Yeah, if you've been waiting to get into Batman, 86 is definitely going to be a great issue to jump in on. A little low on the mobile. Time to go mobile. You know, I try not to scream. You know, I project and I talk loud already, so I never know. But it seems like most people can hear me. What was your favorite comic book last week? That's what we're talking about right now. They needed to start the comic with "Thank you for being a friend." Yeah, right. They should have. That was really funny. I liked X-Men number 3. I thought it was pretty rad. I saw a lot of people that did not like it, so I understand that. But I dug it. I thought it was great. I thought it was real cool. The new Boom horror comic book coming out this week. I believe that's Red Mother is what you're talking about, right? And we'll be taking a look real quickly soon about what's coming up this week, because it's a very exciting week. The next 2 weeks are going to be big weeks because there's not going to be a lot coming out the week of Christmas, but it's still pretty groovy. Yeah, Joe says Vampironica was fun too. Yeah, Vampironica, New Blood. I really liked it. Michael Morisi, Frank Thierry, and Aubrey Mock. Fantastic stuff. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Marauders 3, very close second for Book of the Week. I'm loving Marauders right now. I think it's fantastic. I think it's absolutely great. That's probably right now my favorite X book. X-Men 3, Old Chicks Kick Ass. You're right. They totally owned the X-Men in that one, didn't they? Yeah, Red Mother does look really good. Man, I still haven't gotten over how long it took to get this going. Oh! And the Reggie just made it all worthwhile. Thank you so much, Reggie. You are, in fact, a #1 fan. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat, PCP for life, and I appreciate the sticker. We like this little pear dude around here. Reggie, thank you so much. You really help us out when you do things like that, and we really, really appreciate that. Reggie, you're the boss. I'm going to have to write you a few bars one day. Thor one shot. I made it about 3 pages, put it away. Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it's okay as far as like a celebration of previous Thor creators and runs, I guess. But yeah, it was not that. It wasn't super solid. Atari says Napoleon Dynamite #2. I haven't been reading that one. I actually don't really like that movie that much, so I don't know. It's never been my jam. Yeah, everybody give it up for Reggie. Reggie's super cool. Heck yeah. Adam, what's up? And the thunder rolls, everybody. This week in comics coming up. Dark Horse, we've got Aliens vs. Predator, Thicker Than Blood, #1. Criminal Macabre, The Big Bleed Out, #1. I'm not super big fan of Criminal Macabre, so I may not check that one out. Ether, Disappearance of Violet Bell, #4 is out this week. Steeple, #4, and Triage, #4. That camera will be aptly named for sure. When we get it, we're going to get it named and marked as the Reggie, because Reggie has thrown in more to the cup, it seems, than anybody else to help us get that new camera. We really, really appreciate it. From IDW this week, we have the Disney Afternoon Giant, #8, D&D Infernal Tides, #1, Dying is Easy, #1, which is a new one from Joe Hill. So if you're liking the stuff over at Hill House Comics, definitely check that one out. Sonic the Hedgehog, Tangle and Whisper, #4. Star Trek Voyager, Mirrors and Smoke. It's a one-shot. It's going to be like the Voyager version of the Mirror Universe, it looks. And, of course, IDW's probably biggest book of the year, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, #100. And I'm like 80-something issues behind, so. Dynamite has Betty Page Unbound, #7, Black Terror, #3, Kiss Zombies, #2, and Vampirella Red Sonja, #4. You know, here it's hero. I'll just call you Hero Time. It's gonna be weird saying it's Hero Time 1, 2, 3, 4. All over. You know. Anyway, I have not watched Watchmen yet. I hear it's really, really good. I'm basically at this point waiting for it to wrap up so I can kind of binge through it. But I am looking forward to it because I hear really good things about it. From Boom Studios this week, we have BB Free, #2, Hellmouth, #3, Go Go Power Rangers 26, Red Mother, #1, a new one. It's already sold through 2 or 3 printings, so Boom's doing something right or they're doing something wrong. And Something is Killing the Children, #4. That's from Boom this week. From Vault Comics this week, we have Heist, or How to Steal a Planet, #2. We have Sarah and the Royal Stars, #5. Wasted Space, #12. And we have the trade paperbacks of Test and Queen of Bad Dreams. 2 of the best books out this year. Of course, it's from Vault, so you guys know I love me some Vault. Other publishers, we have Archie, 1955, #3, 7 Days, #3, Dark Age, #4, Dr. Mirage, #5, Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man, #2, 5 Years, #6, Goon, #7, Ignited, #5, Invader Zim, #48, Nobody is in Control, #3, Rye, #2, Shoplifters Will Be Liquidated, #3, and You Are Obsolete, #4. Yeah, we'll get a Baby Yoda soon. I'm sure like someone right now at Marvel like is working on like a Baby Yoda one-shot or short story or something, right? Right? CMA Thunder coming through with the super chat and the super pair. It seems like the super pair is kind of like the unofficial mascot of PCP. Though we like to think that the official mascot of PCP is Brooks the Magnificent. But thank you so much, CMA Thunder. We really do appreciate that. We got lots of exciting things in the future, and it requires a little bit of capital. And so we really appreciate you throwing into the tip jar there. It is much appreciated and highly valued. Yeah, Turtle Ketchup Mode. I've been inspired by Chad from 90MF Comics. I'm going to be doing a big read-through, a big reread through of Turtles. And as I do it trade by trade, I'll release a video for each one. Speaking of graphic novel reviews, we got the review going live tomorrow morning of the new TKO Studios book, Eve of Extinction. So I did a Sentient review already. Next is Eve of Extinction. And then later on this week, we'll be doing Pound by Pound, or is it Pound for Pound? And the other one, which is something about money. The Banks. That's what that one's about, or called, I should say. So once again, I want to appreciate and I want to say thank you to everyone that's here. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheRockinRobbie. You can join the PCP Army, which is the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. We're about to have a big recruitment drive because we need some more members over there. And, of course, you can check us out at popculturephilosophers.com for podcasts and a whole lot more. There's a brand new podcast out right now. It's all about video games, and it's over 2 hours because we had a lot to cover, but it was super, super fun. We'll take a look at Image, DC and Marvel. because they're the ones that have the most out this week, I would say. From Image Comics, we have Battle Pug number 4, Deadly Class number 42, Gideon Falls number 19. Such a great book. Such a great book. Hit Girl Season 2 number 11. Lucy Claire Redemption number 1. It's like a new werewolf story or something like that. Moonshine number 14. Oblivion Song number 22. Pretty Deadly. The Rat number 4. Rat Queens number 20. Reaver number 6. Trees, Three Fates number 4, Undiscovered Country number 2. So some excitement from what was that? Image Comics. I'm out of it today. It's been a rough day. Anyway, from DC Comics, we have Batman and the Outsiders number 8, Batman Curse of the White Knight number 5, Batman's Grave number 3, The Dark Knight Returns, The Golden Child number 1, Detective Comics 1017, Dollhouse Family number 2, Doom Patrol Weight of the Worlds number 6, Far Sector number 2, Flash 84, The Flash Giant number 2, Gotham City Monsters number 4, Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy number 4, Harley Quinn the Villain of the Year special, that's out this week, Hawkman number 19, House of Whispers 16, Justice League Odyssey J-Lo number 16, Ocean Master Year of the Villain one shot, Ruby number 3, Supergirl 37, Superman number 18. He's going to let everybody know that he's Clark Kent for some reason. Who knows why, right? Tales from the Dark Multiverse, The Judas Contract number 1, Titans Burning Rage number 5, Wonder Twins number 10. And that's DC Comics this week. We'll take a look at Marvel here in just a second. Now, The Mandalorian takes place, 5 years after Return of the Jedi? Yeah, the next 2 weeks are going to be heavy. But at least, we have a light week on Christmas week, right? I think we all deserve it. Yeah, it's like every other week's like a huge Batman week, isn't it? We just call him Baby Yoda because we don't know the name of the species. Oh, Tom Taylor's on Detective this week? Like a fill-in? All right, from Marvel Comics this week, we have Arrow number 6, The Age of Conan, Valeria number 5, The Amazing Mary Jane number 3, Annihilation Scourge, Beta Ray Bill, Annihilation Scourge, Silver Surfer, Black Panther and the Agents of Wakanda number 4, Captain America number 17, Captain Marvel number 13, Doom 2099 number 1, a facsimile edition of Eternals number 1, looks like, Fallen Angels number 3, Fantastic Four 17, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 14, Ghost Rider number 3, The House of X Powers of 10 hardcover releases this week. So if you were trade waiting that, there you go. Immortal Hulk number 28 is out this week. Yeah, I think that Eternals facsimile was just a poster. That's weird, isn't it? Miles Morales Spider-Man number 13 is out this week. Morbius number 2. New Mutants number 3. Spider-Man 2099. One Shot. Spider-Verse number 3. Dr. Aphra number 40. Star Wars Target Vader number 6. Strike Force 4. Symbiote Spider-Man Alien Reality number 1. A sequel to Symbiote Spider-Man. With a lot of covers. Valkyrie Jane Foster number 6. X-Force number 3. And Yondu number 3. That's a pretty exciting week for comics. What's up, Eric? How are you doing? So, what's up? What y'all want to talk about? We got the sky's the limit. We could talk about anything pop culture related. Comic books, movies, television, all that kind of stuff. Personally, what am I watching right now? I'm watching Mandalorian. I'm liking it. I hear a lot of people kind of say that the episodes are filler. I had this conversation with some coworkers the other day. and I get it. I think a lot of people are accustomed now to like TV shows being like really long movies, basically, right? And The Mandalorian's kind of going back a little bit more to the true nature of episodic television, where it's almost a little bit case of the week. Basically, each episode of The Mandalorian's kind of been like a Western samurai trope, right? You know, and I've been digging it. The only thing I have to say though negatively about it is that they don't seem to have enough time to tell the story. So in all of these episodes, there's like a really good build up and setup and stuff like that. And then it wraps up really, really quickly. I thought about that on the last episode, but I am enjoying it, and especially because of Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is life, and I love it. I love it so much. What are y'all thinking about The Mandalorian? Because I'm kind of digging it. I'm looking forward to Morbius #2. No, I have not gotten a chance to watch The Irishman yet. I'm really looking forward to it. I want to, but it's 3.5 hours, and so that's some dedication. So I have not had that big of a chunk of time to set aside, but I've been hearing good things about it. I really want to check it out. CMA Thunder says, so far enjoying Disney Plus, especially since it's free with Verizon. I've been enjoying Disney Plus too, especially because I got the bundle with Hulu, which I already had, and now ESPN Plus. And that's really cool because I get access to certain games that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Wonder Woman trailer reaction. Yeah. That Wonder Woman trailer was this afternoon. To me, it confirms the plot leak, but it sounds like a comic book story anyway. So how is that a negative thing? I don't know what the plot leak was for Wonder Woman 84, so I'm not sure about that. Well, I really hate the idea of a teaser for a trailer. I think that's kind of dumb, right? Like, I don't know, it's kind of dumb. I don't know. That's just me, though. But apparently it works because I keep doing it, I guess. Lone Wolf and Cub meets Spaghetti Western. Absolutely. Michael says it's a great show. Heck yeah. CMA Thunder like The Irishman. Robbie, I think you will love Strange Academy. Give it a chance. Scotty Young is the truth. And Mandalorian is fire. Yeah, Reggie, you know I'll give it a chance for sure. I'm not super excited about it, but I will give it a chance and check it out. Just because I'm not super excited about it just means my expectations will be set a little bit low. So if I think it's decent, I'll actually really, really enjoy it. Herminio likes The Mandalorian. It's awesome. Never thought we'll get a series like that, so more please. Yeah, I'd like to see more. They're working on season 2 right now. But yeah, Scotty Young is good. I liked his Deadpool run. I quit reading it a few issues in, but it was good. So my thoughts on the Wonder Woman trailer. I guess I thought it was okay. I'm a big New Order fan, so I like the inclusion of the New Order music. That was kind of neat. It didn't really do much for me. I'm excited about Max Lord, right? And that's the dude, right, in there, right? But I guess it's okay. Everything's set in the 80s now. Maybe I'm just a little over that. It just didn't really completely impress me, and I thought it was badass that she's like slinging through like lightning, or whatever. She's using her lasso to like swing across lightning bolts. That's cool, but it just kind of, I don't like, does her lasso extend? Is it infinite? I mean, I guess, whatever. It's a comic book movie, but the trailer was okay. It was okay. It didn't like inspire me like a lot of other people have seemed to have been inspired by it. That being said, though, I thought that the first Wonder Woman film was okay. I didn't think it was bad at all. I thought it was a good film, but I didn't think it was like the most amazing thing I'd ever seen, which a lot of people seem to feel that way about it. But I just didn't really feel that way about Wonder Woman. So this trailer it was okay, I guess. It's okay. And that's Max Lord, so it's like, what are they doing there? I'm hoping they pulled the Brother Eye stuff in, and I saw like little hints of possibilities maybe in that trailer. But I don't know. We'll see what happens, right? I really do like Steve Trevor's outfit, though, with the fanny pack. That was pretty dope. C3 driving, but still here. Well, thank you so much. I didn't watch The Boys season 2 trailer. I didn't watch season 1, so, but it's a very popular show, so a lot of people are into it. I feel like Strange Academy needs a lot of humor to be successful. Well, with Scotty Young, we'll definitely get that. Humberto Ramos, he'll probably be on the first 4 or 5 issues or something like that. Then we'll get a new artist, depending on how long the book goes. The Irishman is good TV, must watch. All right, I'm hearing that from a lot of people. I'm really excited to check out The Irishman. But like I said, 3.5 hours. I just have not had the time to devote that to it right now. Everybody hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us out a lot. Cool. The Boys is good, but pales to the comic version, but couldn't be that crazy, I guess. See, I never liked The Boys. The Boys was not my kind of thing, so that's why that's why I didn't check out the TV show, because I didn't like the comic book that much. But I heard that the TV show is definitely toned down. What's up, Logan? What do I think of Red Mother? I'm very excited for you guys to read it. I'm really excited to check that one out. Did you hear how many women want to breastfeed Baby Yoda? OMG, LOL. No, not at all. That's just such random. That's a random thing to even for someone even to. There's a random thing to ask, and I know that's funny and it's a ridiculous thing, but it is like it's a random thing for someone to go out there and try to find out, right? It's also just a random response. I don't know, what is there a number? Do you know the official number? Is it 3? Oh, that's weird. Let's see. I'm trying to gather as much information as possible on the COPPA thing. Can you share your thoughts and possible outcomes? Well, I am not an expert on anything like this, right? So, take what I say with a grain of salt. But it seems like the thing that concerns me, I guess, would be that it seems like the FTC is the ones that get to determine if your content is appealing to kids or whatever, right? And we're talking about a bureaucracy, right? So I can easily see toy channels, comic book channels, gaming channels, probably more so toy channels and gaming channels. Just kind of this misconception that comics are for kids. So that could be the possible thing. I think they're definitely going to be going after the big time channels first. So we'll see. Me personally, I kind of got this mentality where I just want to be like, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. They'll get this cool. Everything will be fine. They're not, we'll be cool. So, I don't think that our content is for kids. It seems like we've been talking about this, but it seems like a lot of us are starting to let slip a little bit more on our language just to kind of clarify and be like, hey, this stuff's not for kids. But yeah, my videos, I've never intended them to be for kids. We kind of feel like we're for adults, because especially on the podcast. On the podcast, we curse a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I think it would be nice if it all just blew over. But we'll see. I think the danger is who determines what's appealing to kids, because the fine's going to happen if you declare that you are not made for kids, and then they say, well, you are. That's where the problem's going to come. Comic Tom had a great take on COPPA. Yeah, I watched that video, him and Bueller. Yeah, I thought that was a cool take on it. But right now, most of us are just trying to keep focused on doing what we're doing and then seeing what happens, right? Gaming channel gets flagged all the time because you smoke cigs. Them damn cigs. But I would like to see, there's been tons of things that have happened that people are like, it's the YouTube apocalypse and all that kind of stuff, and it's all just kind of evened out. This is kind of a big deal, though, because this is a big deal thing that YouTube got kind of in trouble for getting information and targeting ads towards children. So I understand, but that's what I was thinking. Do I need to show some nude comics? I mean, I guess to make sure, right? But at the same time, Bueller said on his channel, he's like, is it our fault that, like you want to make videos that are appealing to everybody, and now it's like that's kind of being penalized, a little bit. So it's interesting. Very interesting how over the years comics have become grown-up fare versus kids stuff. Kids can't afford comics, but then again, you say that, but they're playing video games. They're like 50, 60, 70 bucks a pop sometimes for the initial purchase, and then you got to get more stuff, right? But I would say that it really started shifting and changing even back in the 60s and 70s. In the 60s, Marvel was really getting picked up by a lot of like college kids and stuff like that, college students. And I read comics as a kid, so I read comic books at 5 years old. So I get that, but I don't think that's the common occurrence anymore. And these channels, that are about, speculation or about like what hot books are coming out this week or what was good or what we thought about it. Like these are kind of, I don't think those are geared towards kids. They're geared towards the more adult collector. But that doesn't mean that the average person over at the FTC that's going to be looking for this stuff knows or understands that or is even going to care. So let's see what happens. If anything, I guess we'll just go to another platform, right? I just heard that the Mandalorian might meet Boba Fett. I don't think he's going to meet Boba Fett. I think he's going to meet someone who has Boba Fett's armor, though. But still, it could be cool. I don't know. I've never been the biggest Boba Fett guy. I know he looks cool, but he never really did anything in those movies that was cool to me. I miss the days of comic book spinners. Well, now you can buy one for like $500 and have it yourself. Those things are expensive, man. Very expensive. All right, what else does everybody want to talk about? If you watch the weekly pop culture wrap up, I liked the Black Widow trailer. I thought the Bond trailer was pretty decent. The Mulan trailer was pretty decent. So I thought there has been some good trailers lately. The Wonder Woman trailer was cool. And like I said, I really like New Order. So I like having Blue Monday in there. That was really neat. Yes, C3, be careful if you're out there driving. Comic Corp says, honestly, most comic channels are less than 1% kids, so no one should be too worried. Yeah, that's pretty much goes right along with my analytics, too. We have like 4 we don't know what to do with. Adam, are you talking about comic book spinners? You talking about kids? What are you talking about? Looking forward to the Wellington book. Yeah, that looks neat. Looks cool. Was that Dark Horse, IDW, something like that? Black Widow, they say, takes place between Civil War and Infinity War. But I'm still not buying it. I don't know. It was cool to see Wonder Woman ride the lightning with her lasso. But how does that work? Like, how does that work? How does she know? Can she sense when the next lightning? And now, here's the thing. Are they going to include the idea that she's Zeus's daughter? And maybe that's one of the reasons why. Because once that got unlocked in both, that's funny. Once that got unlocked in the New 52, she was like had the thunderbolts. She was riding the lightning and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that the script spoilers that we've heard or whatever. What's Max Lord up to? I get really excited when I saw that one bit where they're going somewhere and there's this giant like satellite dish or radar or something like that. I'm really hoping they do some Brother Eye shit, man. I really am. I love me some Max Lord and Brother Eye. I just don't want Max Lord to be cheesy, and there were moments in that trailer where it seemed like, that could be pretty cheesy. Ghostbusters teaser got me excited for their final send-off. I haven't seen that yet. I saw like one little thing where it's like driving through a field, Ecto 1 or whatever. The full trailer's debuting this week, right? I don't care how it works. It's just badass. That's what my lady told me earlier. She's like, I don't care how it works. I was like, well, what? Does the lasso get longer? Like, I don't understand what's going on. She's like, it's a comic book. No, Metallica wasn't on the trailer. It was Blue Monday, though, so that was cool, right? I'm a big New Order fan. All right, I'm going to take a quick break and go refill my water. I'm going to leave you with this picture of me and Brooks. I'll be right back and get some comments and questions in. Let's drive this conversation on a little bit further. And we're back. Thank you for your patience yet again. All right. Have you been reading Reaver? No, I have not been. I read the first couple, maybe 3. I liked the idea about it. It was kind of like the Dirty Dozen in like a fantasy world, like Dungeons and Dragons meets the Dirty Dozen or something like that. But it just wasn't quite for me. I decided maybe I'd check it out and trade weight it. So I haven't been reading it, but the new issue's out this week. What's up, Logan? Did I like Venom 2099? I did. I thought it was a decent little one-shot story. All in all, I have not been completely sold on these 2099 things. They're reinterpreting and reimagining the 2099 verse, and that's cool. The Venom one was a neat little origin story. The Ghost Rider one was pretty decent. So I did like those two. I thought the Conan one was okay. The Fantastic Four one had a good ending, but aside from that, it was just kind of... But the main story was not very exciting at all for me. Like, the Amazing Spider-Man bits have been very boring to me, and that book's really starting to wear thin on me. It's been doing that since the Hunted story. So, I don't know. Wonder Woman trailer reminding me of Crystal Skull. You know, I know this isn't going to be the most popular opinion, but I like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. But that's just me. The acetate covers are officially over, David, and welcome back. How are you doing? Sorry it took us a while to get going. Joe says, Hellions looks interesting. Yeah, it looks interesting. It's an interesting mix of teammates in it. I don't know. That one I'm going to have to wait and see on. But any new Dawn of X book I'm excited for. Fallen Angels is ending after 5 or 6, and this is the book that's replacing it. What the heck is 5G, and will I have to upgrade my mobile to read any DC content? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's funny. 5G is the rumored reboot of DC. Not reboot. It's not a reboot. Don't think of it like that. It's not going to be like a hard reset or anything like that. The idea is, at least what the rumors are saying, is that it's going to be the 5th generation of DC Legacy, right? And so they got this timeline and they broke down all of DC's story, fictional history, right? And so they've defined that there have been 4 generations, right? You can think about like the World War II JSA stuff and the old school Golden Age Superman. You can think about the Silver Age stuff. You can think about the post-crisis stuff and I guess the post-Flashpoint stuff, right? Or something like that. I can't remember if that's exactly how it breaks down, but it breaks down like something like that. So 5G is the next phase. Now, the idea and the rumors are that DC is going to be replacing a lot of the characters with newer versions of those characters. For instance, Jonathan Kent as Superman, right? Because he's being aged up as he's off doing Legion of Superheroes adventures, right? Luke Fox as Batman, right? Maybe a new Wonder Woman, maybe a new Aquaman, something like that. Maybe something connected to the story, maybe something completely different. I don't know. I don't think that's going to go over well with a lot of fans, if that's the case. But this is all still speculation, rumors. We don't know officially what it is. So as far as guidance to DC, that DC's giving to retailers, there's none yet because none of this is official yet. All this has been rumors and speculation. It doesn't mean that it's not happening, but because it's not close enough to happening for sure, they haven't let us know. As soon as they do, they're going to let us know. DC is going to stop double shipping on some things. I think they're going to continue doing it on Batman. They've already stopped doing it on Superman, Aquaman. They're going to stop doing it on Flash and Wonder Woman, I believe, but I think they're going to keep the Batman going because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. People always buy Batman comics, so. I personally like a monthly schedule. I know it's sometimes you want the stories to kind of get through. You know, you want a lot quickly. I understand that. I loved the fact that House of X Powers of 10 was every week, and if we had to wait a month between each of those, so just think, where would we be? We'd still be like early on being like, what's going on, right? So I like getting a story out there and having it come out quickly and stuff like that. But at the same time, with so much awesome stuff out on the market, when you have mainstream superhero books double shipping like that, you're stealing $3.99 from another book, possibly, right? I don't know. That's one way to look at it. Criminal Macabre is a series of books by Steve Niles. They've been going since the 2000s, early 2000s, as far as I remember. I've never been the biggest fan of that. I don't think Steve Niles is not one of my favorite writers. So, but he's like a hard-boiled detective in a supernatural world. So there's a new one coming out this week. Still no Batcat in solicitations. No, not at all. Because apparently what they've decided is that instead of having another artist come in along with Clayman to fill in the gaps, they've decided they want Clayman to do every single issue, which means that they're going to have to get ahead a little bit in order to accommodate that. So that's what they're saying right now. So look for it in 2020, but it has been delayed because originally it was supposed to be January, but that ain't happening. And it ain't happening in February, and it ain't happening in March. But it will happen. I'm kind of excited about it because I want to see how they're going to pull this Phantasm stuff off. It seems cool to me. Yeah, you do run out of space quicker when they double ship too, right? Yep, 2 weeks, and then we get to see Doomsday Clock 12. I'm very excited. Every issue of that has blown me away, so I'm supremely excited for that one. Yeah, double shipping does make it hard, but at the same time, for those people, for instance, especially the people that are, kind of over Tom King's Batman run, let's be thankful that it was double shipping, right? Because otherwise, we'd only be halfway through. Usually enjoy Jeff Lemire's stories. Did Inferior 5 not sell enough? Heard DC slash that series to 12 to 6. Yeah, they did. It's going to be a 6-issue series now. It did not sell very well at all. It's a title that not a lot of people know. It's a kind of a reimagining of a title that not a lot of people know. Jeff Lemire did the Peacemaker story at the very end. It's like 2 or 3 or 4, it's like 2 pages each issue. That just wasn't enough. Adam is my usual Bobby's Nana Cream. I'm a creature of habit. It's always the same beer. It's always the same vape. But always a different comic book. But yeah, I like the Jeff Lemire stuff too. But the Jeff Lemire stuff is just the Peacemaker story, and that stuff was cool. But the other bit of it, I didn't really dig on too much. And the book was already severely delayed. I believe they started work on it in 2017 or something like that. So if Jeff Lemire has already completed the artwork for all of his chapters, I'm assuming that they'll just do a one-shot of it or something like that. But no, I wasn't digging on it too much, to be honest with you. Where do you read your comics? When you do the weekly comic book review. My back starts hurting after about 2 comics. You're like a superhero. Well, thank you so much. I read them on the couch. I shift and I shift a lot on it, but yeah, I read them on the couch. In the same spot. Right next to the table and the light. Yeah. And it's fun. I enjoy doing it. It's a lot of comics. It takes up the entire Tuesday. I would love to see an Omega Rangers book or miniseries. You'll definitely, I'm sure, see something like that. I want to see action figures. There are rumors that Hasbro is going to be doing them, so that's really cool. For show and tell tonight, it's actually a Hasbro Power Ranger toy. So, yeah. And the new Wave, by the way, which has come out, and I haven't gotten any of those yet, but there is a Lord Draken, which is pretty badass. Yeah, 48. Yeah, I'm right. I'm 38, so I'm only 10 years behind you. And I know a lot may happen in that 10 years. But yeah, so far it just doesn't do anything too bad to me to sit there and read these comics for so long. But I do shift. I'm not a I don't know if you can tell, but on the I can move a lot. I can't stay still sometimes. So I noticed that, for instance, doing these videos with Bueller and Jim Mint and the rest, I was noticing because do you know when you go to YouTube, right, and like you're hovering over a video and it starts like playing just a snippet of it or whatever? Like there was one of them and everybody's just kind of like this, and then I'm like, and I'm just moving. I'm like, man, Robbie, slow down. Like stop moving. But I can't do that. I gotta keep going, man. That's why I like flash books so much, I guess. You know, movement is life. Invisible Woman is a solid comic that not many people are talking about. Solid comic book with solid artwork. The artwork is amazing. That's the same artwork from the Jessica Jones book that Kelly Thompson did. It was a digital first thing. You can get it in trade now, and they're actually releasing it as single issues. If you haven't checked that out yet, definitely check that out. It's fantastic stuff. What's up, Comic Book Joe? How are you doing? Good evening to you as well. What's your favorite horror comic? If I have never read Harrow County, should I check out the new series? I would recommend reading the old school stuff first. I mean, it's not super old school or nothing. I would recommend reading Harrow County. It's a good book. It's really good. This new one is going to be a different story, but it is going to be connected to that world and the characters. As far as my favorite horror comic book, it's Hellboy. I did a top 5 of this one like a year or two ago. And Hellboy's number 1. Saga of the Swamp Thing's a great one. Lock and Key's a great one, which got a Netflix show debuting in February, so I'm excited for that. I like the old school Tales from the Crypt type stuff. All the EC stuff, those are real fun. I love Afterlife with Archie. So that's like kind of my 5 go-to horror comics. And currently right now, Gideon Falls is amazing. The plot is amazing. It's a real good time for horror and comics right now, actually. I made a lightsaber at Disneyland and got a Mace Windu purple. Heck yeah, you did, because that's what you do. I don't have a Mace Windu lightsaber. That'd be fun. And I don't buy those badass, like, super expensive ones. I just get the toy ones, you know. I got a Dooku. I got a Maul. I got a Luke. It's the green one from Jedi. That's my favorite good guy lightsaber, aside from, I guess, Mace. I just love the purple lightsaber. I like the dude that has the orange one, too. Was that Pluku or some shit like that? I don't know. And what else do I have? Oh, did I say I got the Dooku? Oh, and I got the Kylo Ren, because that's an interesting one, right? What's up, Bake the Snake? How are you doing? Always a pleasure to see you here in the live chat. Been picking up complete collections of Tomb of Dracula recently. Buscema art. Yes. Those are amazing. Tomb of Dracula is one of my favorites. It's the introduction of Blade. It's a great interpretation of Dracula in the Marvel Universe, much more so than the stuff they've been doing lately. I just haven't been digging it that much. I liked it in the Avengers. It was all right. This new Dracula look, I'm not sold on. I like the old school Dracula, you know, with a cape and all that shit. Why do you think most horror comics are miniseries? What is so hard about making a horror ongoing? I prefer miniseries, to be honest with you, because I like a story that has a beginning, middle, and end, you know, and then it's set, you know, once the story's completed, then you move on and you can find something else to enjoy. And I like that. Sometimes things that are ongoing, they just kind of get, you know, a little repetitive and stuff like that. So I really do like the idea of the miniseries, especially when it comes to horror. That being said, you know, what really is an ongoing? Because some books are ongoing, but they have a planned end. So as long as there's a planned end, I think it's fine. What's up, Daniel? On break at work, so you're missing all this. Oh, man. I hate to hear it. You can always catch it on the replay, though. Yeah, Tomb of Dracula is great stuff. I haven't done the Lugosi look. I haven't done a reread of Tomb of Dracula in a long time, but I really need to. Do you read the Turtles ongoing? And if so, what do you think? I've only read like the first 20-something issues of that. And I did like it, but I fell way behind on it. And I just never got caught back up. But I have been inspired to get caught up. It ain't going to happen by the time 100 comes out, but I'm going to do a big reread and get caught up on that stuff. But what I read, I liked. I liked it. Yeah, I saw the poster for Lock and Key. Super cool. And yeah, it is in February. I'm very excited for that. This is the second attempt to do a Lock and Key show, so I hope it works. Yeah, I was very surprised, Brian, when I heard about the Outer Darkness Chew book. I thought that was interesting. I've never read Chew, and I hear great things about Outer Darkness, so this is a good excuse for me to get caught up on them. We have a horror ongoing. It's called The Immortal Hulk and Venom at times. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. They're a little bit superhero-y, though. They're not as blatant horror as something like Saga of the Swamp Thing by Alan Moore. Outer Darkness is great, but I feel it's more comedy than anything. I hear good things about it, so I'll definitely have to check it out. And it seems like it would have a comedic part to it because it's John Layman, right? Best horror comic out now would definitely be The Savage Shores. Yeah, that's a good one. Just wrapped up. Fantastic stuff. I love that book. It's one of my favorite books of the year. It might wind up on my top 10 comics of 2019 video that I'll be releasing in the next week or two. Thank you, Hero Time. Have a good one. I'm vaping Bombi's Nana Cream. I've been collecting the trades of Chew, but I haven't read them yet. I love Farmhand, though. I'm a big Farmhand fan. That one's awesome. I love that one so much, so definitely want to check out Chew. I've always wanted to check out Chew. I've always heard good things about it. Just one I've never really found the time to do. Robbie, did you read the comic about Jeff Grimes, Rick Grimes' brother? I think it's a one-shot. Yes, it was a one-shot. Walking Dead Alien. It was really good. It was written by Brian K. Vaughan. It was part of the local comic shop day. I think they've gone up to like 10 to $15 or something now, but that was good. I liked it. What do I think about the new Conan books? The only one I'm following is Conan the Barbarian by Jason Aaron. I think that one's pretty solid. I'm not typically a big Conan guy, but I did like that one. Something is Killing the Children is my favorite horror comic right now. That's a great one. There's a new issue this week. I'm very excited. Adam from Vault this week, we have Heist number 2. We have Sarah and the Royal Stars number 5. We have Wasted Space number 12. And we have the trade paperbacks of Test and Queen of Bad Dreams. Robbie, how's the X-Family hype in your store? Any thoughts on the trade paperback plan? All the first issues in Volume 1, second issues in Volume 2. Yeah. The hype is real at my store. People are loving it. People are into it. They're checking them out. Excalibur and Fallen Angels seems to be the ones falling off. And a lot of people are kind of falling out of Marauders. Not a lot of people, But some people are falling out of that a little bit, but a lot of people like it. It's one of my favorites. But X-Force is doing really, really well. So yeah, right now everybody, the hype is still there, especially at my store. People are really liking it. My thoughts on the trade is it's a little bit weird. I think they will read better if they were collected individually. Like I don't know how necessary Excalibur is going to be to the whole overall story. Now it's all going to come together in some kind of part, and I'm sure that there's a plan and they know what's going on. So I'm sure that each book is going to reveal something. But it feels like when you read it that way in a trade, it's going to feel disjointed and disconnected. And that's what I'm worried about that. Ice Cream Man is one of my favorite comic books. Period. That book is awesome. It's maintained such a high level of innovation and consistency, and it just keeps getting better. Definitely maybe something that's popping up on my top 10. It made the top 10 last year. Maybe I'll do it again. Marauders is the best, then X-Force, not opinion, fact. Well, sure, you can say that, right? But that's a really good way to look at it. I think Marauders is my favorite right now, then X-Force and X-Men. Now, X-Men is doing some interesting things, and it's setting up a lot of stuff. So right now, we're just in setup mode. But I am liking it. I loved issue 3. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was so cool. Dun dun dun, travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true, you're a pal and a confidant. That was just going through my head the whole damn time. Yeah, Ice Cream Man is like a horror anthology. It's such a good book. It's got a lot of sound themes in it as well. And that book will just straight up, like, I had this cat, I work with my friend Jonathan J. Strick. He was asking for book recommendations, right? And so I don't I let him read, like, I recommended like Superman like versus the Klan or whatever, something like that, smashes the Klan. But I gave him some of the books, and they were really bubbly, and they were fun, and he really liked it, and he was very inspired by them. And I had also recommended Ice Cream Man, and he picked up the newest issue of Ice Cream Man because I was like, you can just read this one issue. And that's a beautiful thing about Ice Cream Man is you can pick up any random issue and read it. You don't have to have read what came before. You can kind of get what's going on. They're all kind of self-contained stories. There is one overarching story, but it's just kind of thinly there. So he reads that, and he's like, so I read all these books, and they really were uplifting, and then I read that. Ice Cream Man is definitely a book that makes you feel something, and that's cool. Oh no, Bake. I don't think they have. There is a plan right now for Saga to. I mean, there is a plan for Saga to come back, but I don't think that they know when it's coming back yet. I haven't heard anything. Yeah, we got 2 guys that read Cave Woman. So yeah, there are 2 guys. You a big Cave Woman fan? I can't say that I've ever read one. All right, we're about to get into the show and tell portion of the program. I'm going to open up a Power Ranger figure, and I'm very excited. So get your thoughts, questions, comments, all that stuff in right now, because we'll be wrapping up shortly. And don't forget, you can follow us over at Patreon, patreon.com/PCP. You unlock early access to things like a downloadable audio file of the weekly comic book review that's available hours before the YouTube video drops. Early access to Comics Revisited once that kicks back in, and we're nearing completion on Season 2. Also, the PCP After Hours podcast is available there. You also get tons of early access to things like the regular podcast. We have a new episode of the podcast out right now on Pop Culture Philosophers. And you can follow me on Twitter at the Rockin Robbie. And hit that thumbs up button. Every little bit happens. Every little bit helps. Why did I say every little bit happens? That's weird. No, but the covers are hilarious. Yeah, that's one word for it. Did something happen with Hunter X Hunter? I don't even know what we're talking about there, yo. You know, I guess the cave woman stuff is staying alive with just a very small niche following. Have I read any Red 5 books this year? I'm sure I have. They haven't impressed me too much. I did read Dark Age. I thought it was okay, but it didn't really appeal to me too much. And when you take home so much to read and cover and share thoughts with, sometimes a book like, that didn't really completely resonate with you will be a little bit easier to let go for the week because, it saves a little bit of time, 5 to 10 minutes. And that stuff adds up. What's your favorite Red 5 comic? So the figure that I'm opening up today is this right here. It's a Dragon Shield Black Ranger from the Power Rangers Hasbro Lightning Collection. I've been really liking these ones. They're not near as cool as the figure arts, obviously, but they're really cool, and it's going to be a very wide line with lots of different Rangers and villains represented. The only problem is that some of them have been exclusives to places, right? Including this one. I don't know where this was an exclusive to, but my homie Mike, the Voice Matthews, picked it up for me, hooked me up. Really like that one. So we're going to open it up. I already have, what do I have right now? I have White Ranger, I have Pink Ranger, I've got Lord Zed, I've got Goldar, I've got Psycho Blue, and I've got, well, I call him Buster Red, but it's Beast Morphers Red, I guess. I got him. So we're going to open up this beauty right here. I think this happened like only one episode when he got the Dragon Shield, but whatever. The Black Ranger looks exceptionally cool with the shield on. All right, got the tape off. Let's see here. I like Butcher Queen and Angela de la Morte. Started off pretty interesting. I read the first issue of that, and it didn't move me too much. That was this week, right? Yeah, I remember reading that now. That's right. Go Power Rangers. Yeah, I didn't read Machine Girl. I flipped through it. It just didn't look like something. I think that was a big week, too. Let's expand this out so we can show off this goodness. You pretty much just saw a reflection of my computer screen. Will you be reading the new Star Wars books in January? I'm down for them. Yeah, I'll read them. I'll warn you, though, Star Wars books are easy for me to drop off of because there can be a damn lot of them. But I always try to read every first issues. And I read every single Darth Vader series, like those two ongoings, the Gillen one and the Soul one. I read all that all the way through. Really liked it. I even liked the Jason Aaron Star Wars run. I just fell out of it. And I've always intended on getting caught back up. But, yeah, when the relaunch happens and all that stuff, I'll definitely check it out and try to keep up with it if I can. So we got it opened up now. Let's pull this bad boy out. One of my favorite things about this collection is the art. The art on each one of these is fantastic. And I really would like to have, like, prints of those. So there it is. He's got his little cosmic cannon, power cannon, power axe, cosmic cannon, whatever you want to say. He's got his little power blaster. Looks like we got a... Like, that actually makes sense. Like, that's an energy effect that will probably work really well with that cannon. He's got a couple different hands, and he's got the head of Zack there. Now, we haven't gotten the Green Ranger one of these yet. So this is going to be kind of like a tease of what the Green Ranger one's going to be. They did a Dragon Shield Red, right? Was that an exclusive something? I think it was in a double pack or something I missed. But the Green Ranger is going to be in a double pack with a putty, which is neat. And then the Charlie Brown Red Ranger is going to be with a Psycho Red in a double pack. And I got those on the way. All right. So this looks pretty dope. Let's see if this energy effect works really good on the... it's the power axe. That's usually what they called it. Your power sword, power daggers, everything. But I like the alliterated cosmic cannon. Oh, get out of there, you bastard. Yeah, all right. Yeah, the Vader books were good. I like them a lot. Yep. All right. So, yeah, that just goes right in there. Oh, that's not too bad, right? That's cool. The detail on that's pretty dope. It's pretty badass. It's got his little emblem, the mastodon. That's pretty cool. So there's the figure. It's got the same articulation as the other ones. Like I said, not as cool or as awesome as the figure arts, but still a really cool figure. If you're a Power Ranger fan, you know, Hasbro knows how to make some action figures. They're basically Power Ranger versions of Marvel Legends. These are like Power Ranger Legends in a way. So that's real fun. Sculpt on the helmet looks good. I like it. The heads of the humans are always a little doofy with these, though. So let's put the Zack head on, see how it looks. But I do like how all the Rangers, you can pop off their helmet, put on their human head. There you go. Looks weird. But it's cool that he can, like, you know, hold his helmet or whatever like that. There you go. So anyway, that was show and tell for this week. Dragon Shield Black Ranger. Why gotta be a Black Ranger? Yeah, the Vader books were great. So we're almost wrapping up here. So one more final plea to hit that thumbs up button, everybody. We do appreciate it. Your comments drive it. So if you have any final thoughts or questions, get them in right now. Because we're going to be wrapping up. It's going to be a great week of comic books. Lots of excitement here on the channel. Tomorrow morning, my Eve of Extinction trade paperback review from TKO is going to debut. So be on the lookout for that. Weekly comic book review late Tuesday night. And of course, if you're on Patreon, you get that early access to the audio file that's easily downloadable. You can find that at patreon.com/PCP. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheRockinRobbie and join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, we have a lot of fun there, talking, chatting about things. Interact with me and other members of the Excitable PCP crew and other members of this community, which is such a fantastic community. And we owe it all to you, the viewer, right now, watching, liking, sharing, all that stuff. We're growing. We got some real good goals for 2020, and we hope to make it. So thank you so much for checking out the video this week. We really do appreciate it. We'll catch you later on. Y'all have a great one.